Oyster lovers may be a bit worried. High algae levels caused Galveston Bay to temporarily shut down its oyster, clam, and mussel harvesting. The reason? The algae causes some shellfish to produce a toxin that makes people sick. Fox 4's Lauren Huet reports local seafood providers say before this, there was already an oyster shortage.
Stevie Edwards owns Seafood Lover Inc., where he sold seafood for 35 years.
Some people will not touch them raw. So for the longest time, I wouldn't. I lost a bet, and I love them now.
He says oyster shortages are a part of life.
It's Mother Nature. The size is not right. You know, and it could be weather conditions, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. There is a shortage, and the price has jumped up here recently.
Edwards says last month, oysters were about $64 a gallon.
Right now, you're looking at $68 on a gallon. That's a 7-pound pack gallon. They're not cheap.
Stevie Edwards says for oyster lovers not to be too worried because the price of oysters has only risen by about 10% since the shortage began.
Mike Hamilton owns Catfish Kitchen. He says oyster prices have risen more than 10% throughout the year.
Usually pay about $20 to $25 for a gallon. Now they're right about $45 to $60 a gallon. Almost tripled in the price.
Whether or not the closing of Galveston Bay will raise prices more is up for debate.
There hadn't been much production, some to none, really, in a couple months out of Galveston Bay, so it's really not affecting the prices.
One of the biggest oyster manufacturers is in the Chambers County area that goes right into Galveston Bay, and so that makes a big effect right there.
But both Edwards and Hamilton say eat oysters, which is exactly what Gail Dahlquist plans to do.
Oh, they're good. Real crispy. Real good.
It takes more than a shortage to stop an oyster lover. In Beaumont, Lauren Huet, Fox 4 News.
The public oyster harvesting season ends April 30th. The Texas Department of Health Services says the algae in Galveston Bay does not produce a toxin in other types of seafood like shrimp, crab, or fish.